I had a rough relationship with my dad. When he passed in 2003, I wrote a letter and stuck it in his casket. It basically said that I loved him for the father that he was supposed to be and not for the man that he was. That's amazing. That was one of the techniques in therapy that helped me out a lot too. If there's somebody in your life that caused you extreme pain or trauma, writing them a letter that they're never going to read is very therapeutic. In fact, that is something that my therapist would routinely tell me to do whenever I had something from my past I needed to work through. I had an ex that cheated on me with somebody who was very close to me in my life, and I was very hatefully angry about it for years. And my therapist told me to write a letter to her and just say anything that I wanted to say. Just unload on her. Let her know how it made me feel, how angry I was about it, and just say whatever scathing thing comes into your brain. And at first I thought it was kind of dumb. I was like, okay, you want me to write this letter? You want me to bring it to therapy next week? And she's like, no, I just need you to write the letter. Okay, I'm going to write a letter and I'm not going to send it to anybody. Is that what I'm hearing? And she's like, yes. And I was like, what's the point? She said, it might work, it might not. Just try it and we'll talk about it next week. I went home and I put it off for a while because I thought it was stupid and pointless. But once I decided to do it, man, I sat down and I wrote out every single thing that I felt. I called her pretty much every name in the book. I told her how much this damaged me and how much I hope life damages her in return. And then I got to the end of the letter and I felt a lot better. So I went back and I told my therapist about it and she goes, okay, great. I'm glad that worked out for you. I have another exercise for you to do now. She said, I want you to go home and I want you to write a letter from the perspective of your ex back to you. And I was like, what? She said, I want her to reply back to you and have her say everything that you wish that she would say to you in a letter responding to that letter. And I was like, girl, quit tripping. And she said, did that first letter make you feel better? And I was like, yeah. Okay, trust me on this one too. So I went home and immediately this time wrote this letter from the perspective of her to me saying everything that I wished that she had said when we broke up. Now, did this give me absolute closure? No. Did it make me feel a lot better and help me to get on with my life a little bit better? Yeah, absolutely. So if you have a situation like this in life, I highly recommend you write a letter to the person that wronged you and then have them write a letter back to you saying exactly what you wish they would say. Take a little bit of time between the two letters though, because you need to process what you sent out before you process what you send back. Some of you may have already tried this method in life, and if so, let me know how it worked for you or if it didn't work for you. Also, if you have never tried this method and you're gonna give it a try, please let me know how it worked out for you. Now, I will warn you, you will feel a lot of big emotions when you're writing out these letters, but it's part of the process. Don't worry about it. Don't shy away from it. For me, it was kind of like when you have a stomach ache and then you go in the bathroom and you finally just throw up and you feel a lot better afterwards. It's kind of like that. But as the great philosopher Hagrid once said, better out than in, I always say.